right, internet. Every week, I'm fucking with y'all less and less. No cap. This week's episode and lesson is manufacturing. So up until this point, nothing has been tangible. Everything has been ideation. Everything has been building foundation of the brand, the identity of the brand. Then we moved on to designs. Now we are at the point of bringing your designs to life. Now, manufacturing. There's a couple different ways that you can go about it. Obviously, I don't expect for any of y'all to be manufacturing your own clothes. If you do though, that is overly cool. And you will definitely put yourself in an advantage in the long run because you will understand garments for real. That will just help you communicate with manufacturers in the future. Highly recommend that. If you can, learn to sew. If you're gonna be a professional, you wanna know everything. You wanna know as much as you can. You should always continue to learn. Manufacturing, all right, there's a couple different ways that you can go about it. It depends on the products you were making. When we first started, we tried a couple different methods. At first, we were dropping tees. What we did is we found wholesale blank companies, got wholesale accounts with them, bought tees in wholesale, found local printers, printed on them here. When you do that, the pieces aren't cut and sew, they're just typically standard measurements. And the problem with those blank companies is they're typically behind the curve. They might just now be getting on like boxy crop tees, which we're starting to stray away from in fashion. And then if you want to get into details like single stitching, shit like that, blank companies don't really offer that. Unless you find like some niche ones in LA and shit. But anyways, if you do take that route and you want to just print tees, hoodies, the basics, there are wholesale companies like LA Apparel, Shockaware. I think those are the best ones. There's more. Quick Google search, you'll figure it out. But if you are getting pieces made cut and sew, gotta find you a manufacturer. Pieces are manufactured everywhere. Pieces manufactured here in the States, China, Pakistan, Italy, everywhere. But the most popular is China. China is extremely efficient. If you go and walk through your crib right now and pick up 20 items, you look at the sticker on the bottom of it, it's going to say made in China. Why? China is just great at what they do. Now, there's a stigma. If you have that stigma, or if you've heard that stigma of like, oh, this is made in China, drop that. China is excellent. China is efficient. China's prices are great. China's quality is great. Personally, China is one of the places where we get products manufactured, aside from in the States. Another popular place is Pakistan. I'll be honest, I would never use anybody from Pakistan. No offense to any Pakistanis, but the niggas in Pakistan, they just be jugging. I heard too many stories. I'm not even gonna give it a try. Pieces that we've gotten manufactured in China, they're great, okay? Now, just like a designer, these manufacturers are not your creative directors. Their role is executing your ideas. All right. Finding a manufacturer, let's start there. Me personally, when I started, I used Alibaba. Alibaba is a great hub to find a manufacturer. Now, I know there's manufacturers that'll hit you up on IG, they'll hit you up on TikTok. Me personally, I have never worked with them. To be honest, I never would. Why? Because on Alibaba, there is some type of checks and balances in place. For example, a supplier's goal on Alibaba is to become a verified supplier. As you're scrolling through, you'll see a whole bunch of manufacturers. If they have a blue check on it that says verified, that means they are a verified supplier. In order for them to become a verified supplier, they have to do great business. And when they are a verified supplier, Alibaba will actually back the transaction. So if anything were to go wrong, you're basically insured. Alibaba, it's great. It is a great tool. It is not a guarantee of quality. Okay, let me tell you why. Once again, verified suppliers. This is how I would go about it. Let's say that you want to make a pair of denim jeans. You got your design, you found a couple references that are similar. Now you're looking for someone who can make your denim. What I would do, I would go into the search bar on Alibaba, I would type in denim jeans. You're gonna scroll through, it's gonna show you a whole bunch of different suppliers. Now these are typically, you're just gonna see stock photos. These aren't actually products that they've made. What you'll do, find a verified supplier, find 3 of them, okay? You wanna find 3, at minimum 3. Let's say if I'm taking on a new product, for example, right now we're sampling knitwear. We've never gotten knitwear made in the past. So I'm looking for a manufacturer that specializes in knitwear. What did I do? I found 7 verified knitwear suppliers with great reviews. I messaged them all the same thing. thing. I send them an inquiry. I say, hey, I'm interested in getting this made. They respond. Then I ask them a couple questions. I am vetting them. It is extremely important to vet them because just because they're all verified doesn't mean they all do the same quality of work. Some are gonna be better than others. That is your job to vet them and see what works best for you. I'll say, hey, I'm interested in getting these made. As soon as they reply, the first thing that I ask for, I do not waste time. It's all about efficiency. First thing I ask them for, I will send a reference similar to the piece I'm trying to make, and I will say, hey, show me pieces similar to this that you have made in the past. And they will send photos. They'll all send pics. They'll send pics. They'll send pics. Now I have pictures from 7 different suppliers. I sent them a picture of denim jeans as a reference. I said, yo, show me denim jeans that you've made as similar to this as possible. They'll send me all their pics. I'll go through all the suppliers that send me their pics. Whoever has made something most similar to what I am trying to make, I'm gonna start talking to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm still talk to multiple at once. There are multiple things and factors that you wanna weigh into consideration when choosing your manufacturer. Let's say of those 7, 2 of them sent denim jeans that just did not look good. Scrapping them off the list. All right, our conversation ends there. There's 5 left. They've all sent me a lot of pictures. They look like we can work with them. Then I'm going to further inquire. I'm going to ask them, what is their MOQ, which is their minimum order quantity? What is the least amount of these denim jeans that I can order with you? If you are first starting off, you're having your first drop, you're early on, bro, get the MOQ. Do not try and go get fucking 300 pairs of jeans and you have 6 followers, nigga. You're not moving shit. Get the minimum order quantity. Go with that. All right, so you're gonna ask them what their MOQ is. Typically it's 50. After that, you're going to ask them what is their price per piece. Now they're all going to give you their prices. That is another thing that you weigh into consideration. Keep in mind, the numbers that they give you aren't necessarily the end all be all number. There's a little room for negotiation, but that's later on. Just take what they say and you can rank it right there. Let's say that they all give you different prices. Typically, depending on where they start at, you're gonna be able to wiggle maybe like a couple bucks down. You should be able to have an idea of who's the most expensive, who's the least expensive, okay? You weigh this into consideration based off of your situation. Everybody's situation is different. This is my thing. After they give me the prices, after they show me the pictures, after they give me their prices, I then ask, what is your turnaround time? How quickly can you get these made? This is extremely important to me. For example, let's say I hit them with the first question, right? And they all send their pics. And supplier number 1, the jeans that he sent me are by far the best. I'm liking supplier number 1. The second question, what is the price? What is the MOQ? And let's say his price is somewhere in the middle. I'm still like, okay, even though he's a little more expensive, I like the quality of his work. He's still number 1 on my list. Third question comes in, what does the turnaround time look like? Sometimes, some of these suppliers will have insane turnaround times. And that just does not work for us. That's why I'm saying these are the most important questions to ask, but it depends on your situation. This game is all about momentum, and if you want to be efficient, time is important. The times will vary depending on where we're at in the year, because sometimes the year are busier than others, and if it's busy, turnaround times will increase. If it's not so busy, then you're gonna have lower turnaround times. After that, I would then kind of weigh all of those 3 into consideration, and I would make my decision. After I vet them with these 3 questions, I'm going to narrow it down to 3. Now again, this is all situational. I don't know what your finances look like. I personally would get the same design made and sampled with 3 different suppliers. 3, time is gonna pass, whatever, I'll get the items back, I'll see which I like, I'll rank them in order of quality. Then we segue into a different process, the process of actually getting the piece made. This is also extremely important to understand. There really is, well, I'm not going to say there's not, extremely hard to find, but there is not a one-size-fits-all manufacturer. What do I mean by this? I mean that different manufacturers specialize in different items, okay? You might have found somebody who makes the greatest t-shirt you've ever seen, that you've ever produced. You might find them. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna make the best hoodies. T-shirts and hoodies, more similar, so maybe they will. But let's say that you're like, person who makes the best t-shirt, they might not make good denim jeans at all. And I've run into this situation. We definitely spread out our suppliers. Per drop, like for example, this last drop that we had, we worked with 6 different suppliers. And that's because they all specialized in different things. Different suppliers specialize in different items. They're always going to tell you they can make it. At the end of the day, they are a business. They want to make money. Your denim supplier who makes great denim, let's say you solidify a denim supplier and you're like, yo, I got this t-shirt, like, can you make this t-shirt? They're gonna say, oh, absolutely, yes, of course. Yeah, of course I can. And you're gonna be like, oh, well, they make great denim, so that means they should make great tees. No, they're gonna tell you that they make the best tees. You're gonna get a tee bag, shit might suck. That's just how it works. So you have to do this process for every item, okay? Every single item. I don't know.
No, them bitches crazy.
These are cool?
Crazy.
For sure.
So get these started today?
For sure. They will 100% sell out.
Really?
Mark my words. Timestamp this, bro.
You gotta say to the nigga that say you look like you about to sneeze every time you talk.
I'm about to sneeze on you, bro. Nah. He's right, huh?
Have you seen the videos that they've been making? They said if a dog is smart, he'll put his paw out before he touches the wall.
Oh, he did it. Come on, man.
Is this paw?
No. Come on, boss.
You're not stupid, boss. You're so smart.
Today's the 12th.
Yeah.
We could drop on 17th.
This weekend?
That'd be cool. But that just means that the brown Bronco denim would have to touch down by Wednesday. Touchdown by Wednesday, out by Thursday. But I don't really see us doing like a big restock rollout for real. Text blast, IG.
Just to also come back with some decent content, you know?
Yeah, no cap.
I feel like there's something with like a resale store that could be implemented with a restock to some degree.
If it did involve like a resale store, it'd be like a nigga is at the counter, he's about to pay $500 for a piece. It's restocking, you know what I'm saying? And then like when he's like about to hand him the cash, maybe it's in like slow-mo and he's like, and maybe his friend's like, wait, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just restocked on that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the cashier's like selling it on like, yeah, you can't get this there.
That's cool. We could build on that.
Someone like comes in the store and like screams, wait! Yeah, that could be funny as shit.
And the person's like running to tell that nigga.
Yeah. Oh, like it cuts to him.
Yeah,
His
he's like
point of view in the
rushing to
store,
tell
and
that
he's like
nigga that
getting
there's
to
a
the
restock.
store.
You don't gotta buy that shit.
I feel like we've just done a lot of
Running.
Yeah, like everybody's always running. Every ad that I see of other brands now is always running. Like let's do something more creative. What if this might be a stretch? What if same concept, right? A reseller is trying to like resell some shit because it's not coming back, right? Rather than a store setup, it's like over the phone. So you see the guy, right? He's in like a suit and like nothing under, right? And he's pitching the guy, look, yeah, they sell out every single time, but this is never coming back. They said this is never ever coming back ever again. So look, I know the original price was $120, but if you ever want this, it's gonna be $300. And like we spent off of that, right?
I like
What
the
about
phone
if-
conversation shit.
What about if we go
Like telemarketing. The
Yeah, and he's like trying to close him. And he's like, close the deal. And then while he's on the phone, like
It's like the other guy gets an alert or something, maybe.
like the sales guy, he realizes that they're restocking, and he's now trying to close the deal like even faster.
What if we go Wall Street, 10 different niggas, so it's going back
Better.
and forth between people. So it just goes from different conversations of sleazy salesmen. Yeah, he's never coming back in town. You're never gonna get him.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? And like it goes to different conversations.
And you can hear like the phone ringing shits in the back, like
phones
busy.
ringing in the back. The reveal of the restock is maybe like the alerter or whatever the fuck the term is, like barging into the room, be like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? Like he's telling them they're restocking this and that.
Everyone's now trying to close their deal.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Okay, so now everybody's starting to panic sell after the dude comes in and says, he's like, he doesn't want the customers to hear on the phone, be like, guys, restock, whatever. So now everybody's starting to like panic sell. And then we can play with like the editing of a voice over the phone once we get into one of the conversations. It's like, well, actually, I'm online right now. It's restocking. Same niggas that were saying, we'll do 300 for it. Now their panic sounds like, actually, I mean, 200. We'll do 200. Like we can just do that with a lot of different conversations on like that concept.
Yeah, just some sleazy niggas.
Yeah.
You too, nigga. Actually,
Nah, low key.
Like just a lot
I
of
can
gel
be
in their hair.
we
Nah,
need
I'll
someone
be like-
with one of
I'll be-
those tallies who goes up to the board and like writes another deal. Just got another one. Yeah. Don't even fuck.
Well, if that's the case. I'm just looking for the fits of certain things. Sweats, pants, denim. I want to slim our shit down even more. Maybe a windbreaker. Henleys would be cool. Just looking for pieces for real. Damn, this is cool.
More modern shit.
Nah, it's not even about like what it looks like. It's just the fact that like the vintage store that we go to, I kind of know what to expect when we go there. Like they stock up on tees, raglans, like old denim, shit like that. And they all tend to kind of just fit really similar. These pieces like a windbreaker.
That's cool.
This is cool as shit. This obviously it's not like an ideal piece, but it's more narrow. Like it's not as wide as like the jackets that we make. Even though the look of it is not something where we're like, oh shit, we need this all. It's like could have good measurements. This looks like a pretty good fit. It's like a straight leg, not too baggy. And it's not a flare shave. These are mid-rise, so
I feel like they're like wider up here than they are down there.
yeah, wide leg.
What's the difference between wide leg and baggy?
I don't know. I think baggy is longer. Like the outseam on baggy is longer. They're still like wide, but they're not as wide as. These are a little shorter, so they sit different.
So I stopped posting at like in the afternoons. I've only been posting at like 10, 11.
Night?
Yeah. Oh, follow me on TikTok, Bless Knox. I'll be honest with you guys. It's January 12th. If you haven't already started what you said you were gonna do this year, you've already lost. Sorry. I'm not here to motivate you niggas. You niggas are eliminated. But the niggas who have already started, keep going. Yesterday, we said Happy New Year. Next day passed, it's been 12 days already. That shit doesn't even feel like 12 days, does it? About to be halfway in the month, which means what? About to be 1/12 of the way done with the year, nigga. You're basically already in 2027, and you still ain't shit. Get this shit on my face, bitch ass niggas. Oh.
Hello, Tubular. I ain't gonna lie, I only picked this camera up for one reason. Today I got my first glaze. I know, it's been long awaited. If y'all don't know what a glaze is, it's basically just being like, okay, so whenever we talk about like a glaze, we talk about basically just getting recognized like in public. I'm sure you already know this. Everybody in Misunderstood has gotten glazed. Everyone. And like when I tell you everyone, I'm saying everyone. Even Ubies. There's like different levels of glaze too. There's like the I'ma glaze you in front of my girlfriend glaze. That's top tier glaze. There's group glaze too. When you're like with your group, you guys get like respected or like you guys get noticed for what you guys do. It feels good, but like you don't really know what who the person really glazing for real, where it's directed for real. And then there's the 1v1 glaze. Ooh, the 1v1 glaze. I'm just the cameraman, you know what I'm saying? I don't really deserve all the glaze until today. Come on, Pete. Let me chill. So last time I talked to y'all, it was very short. It was me just basically saying, it was me talking about how I was like very low spirited. I'm feeling a lot better, as y'all can tell. I'm back to normal. I'm myself, you know, just locked in 2026. I just want to really do everything that I always do, but I want to do it at a higher level. It is what it is. Cool. I was at Chipotle today. I met my good brother, AJ. My nigga AJ, I appreciate you for giving me my first glaze, nigga. I appreciate that, twin. That's a good glaze, twin. I know you watching, bro. I hope you're not like offended by any of this. I needed that. I ain't gonna lie, nigga, because I was about to turn this shit the fuck off, nigga. I was about to go get a job across the street with the Mexicans, nigga, and I was about to start making cars, nigga. My good sir, AJ. You're like, hey, bro, y'all ain't no way. I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, that nigga, no way, ain't no way. Let me chill, bro. What the fuck? He said, you ain't no way. I said, hey, yeah, my name no way, twin. And then he was like, oh, turn, I be tapped into it. Like, I just be on the YouTube for real. Like, I be seeing it all the time. I said, word. I said, hey, bro. I said, I had to go reverse glaze on him because that was my first glaze. Every first glaze to anybody watching, you got a first glaze, you got a reverse glaze. You got to show them love, nigga. You got to be like, hey, twin, what your name, twin? Hey, yeah, twin, that's the name, twin. Shit cool. I ain't mad. There, you first glaze in the chat. So, yeah, WAJ, he brought up something that was said in the last vlog. Bro's really tapped in. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, twin. I was about to say, nigga, what you want? Anything from the warehouse, cause my nigga AJ in there. Yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all that shit cool, just getting recognized for your work, for your efforts, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, it's cool, nigga. I put a lot of hard work in this shit, nigga. Every single day I'm in this bitch, putting in pain, nigga. Well, that was hard, I ain't gonna lie, damn. Maybe I should just keep getting glazed, nigga. Maybe I just need to get glazed, nigga. I might start speaking better, looking better. I'm about to tell my bitch, nigga.
These are the 3 things that you should send your manufacturer. You should send them your mock-up of your design, you should send them a tech pack, and you should send them reference pieces for your design. Like let's say, again, you're making a pair of denim jeans. Send them your mock-up with all of your art files, send them your tech pack. Your tech pack really gets in detail about the construction of this piece and all the details in it. Stitching, color codes, materials, weights, washes, etc. All of those things. Then number 3, you want to send them reference pictures. Let's say you're making a light wash pair of denim. Go find some online where you want the same wash and send those. And then again, this is where the communication comes into play. You send them those pictures, you say, yo, like, show me this wash. Have you ever done a wash similar to this? Boom, they'll show you. They'll send you a couple pictures. You can be like, oh, that's the wash I'm looking for. Yeah, let's imitate that. Because they have those pieces on hand. The pictures that they send you are pictures from their showroom. Okay, so they're pictures of pieces that they have on hand. Again, if they have it, if you've watched any videos in the past, I am a big advocate for sending pieces overseas, because if they have a piece in their hands, nothing is really up in the air. You know what I'm saying? It's right in front of them. They shouldn't make mistakes. It should be less likely for them to make mistakes if they have it right in front of them. Tech packs. All right, so the more details that you have in your tech pack, the more accurately they're going to make that garment. All right? It removes guessing from the equation. Now, me personally, I like to go through as minimal samples as possible. I try and get it right on the first time around. And we do that very often. And to be able to do that, it requires a lot of communication, and it requires being extremely detailed. Now, if you want me to keep it super bands with you, I do not even use tech packs. You should. Just because I don't, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't either. You should absolutely use tech packs. When I first started, I was using tech packs. But now I just like to go about it a different way. And I'm only able to do this because I've built great relationships with these manufacturers that we use. So the more that you work with them, the more you're gonna understand each other, the more that chemistry builds. And it's like, after a point in time, they're gonna start to understand and see your vision too. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I don't even really use tech packs no more. But I overcompensate with over communication. Over communication. I'm saying if I'm submitting a sample, we are going back and forth on message, calls. Just to initially get it going, we're going back and forth for 5-6 hours. Every single detail. And I'm gonna get redundant with it just to make sure that we are on the same page. And then after the end of it, I have them send me, essentially they will make a tech pack. And I will have them send me the tech pack so I can review it and make sure that all the details are on there perfectly. Look, you have to understand that you are not these manufacturers' only client. And for them, their business is dependent on efficiency. That representative that you are working with is also working with 100 other people at minimum. If you are vague, you will get a vague product. Because again, if the details are not there, they're just gonna guess. They can't afford to stop and put all their time, energy, attention on what you got going on until you figure it out. No, they gotta keep this shit moving. So they're gonna do what they think is best, and what they think is best might not align with what you wanted. You have to assume that nothing is understood. You always need to clarify. And again, sometimes things might seem extremely obvious and like common sense, but even when it's up in the air like that, you should still clarify. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what projects they're currently working on that are clouding their judgment or having them think of a piece in a certain way. Now, when working with these manufacturers, I told you the 3 most important things: obviously the quality of their product, pricing, their turnaround times. A 4th thing that I highly weigh into consideration is their communication. That is huge for me. I want to make sure we are on the exact same page. And sometimes, just to make sure, I will test them. Sometimes I will leave out a small detail. Let's say that I'm getting a sample, and let's say I do send them a tech pack. On purpose, I will leave out a vital detail that is in there just because I want to see if they will ask me for it. If they ask me for it, that means they are paying attention to detail to what I'm sending them, and they want to make sure that they are making the exact product I want. Again, if they don't ask me for it, that means they're assuming. And if they're just assuming and doing their own thing, that's not what we want. So I want to catch that early on, and that will kind of give you an idea of their level of communication. You can correct it and see if they make the changes moving forward and overly communicate. But if not, you understand that you're just another dollar to them. Now, like I said, if you really want to make sure that they get something spot on, the best thing that you can do, message them, get their address, send them the reference piece. Just send it to them. And maybe it's you referencing a certain wash, a certain stitch style, a certain material, whatever it is. Something that is difficult to explain with words. Send it over to them. Again, if they have it right in front of them, there is no reason why they can't just mimic it, or at least mimic the aspect that you want. All right, sampling. This is important. Boom, let's say you go through that process with the 3 manufacturers that you chose. A couple weeks passes by, they send the pieces to you. You have all the samples from all the different manufacturers in hand. Then of course, you can go ahead and compare them. Which do you like the most? What experience was the best for you? Whose turnaround time was the best for you? Whose pricing was the best for you? Once you weigh all that into consideration, then more than likely you'll have a manufacturer. Okay, now this is also why it is extremely important to have multiple manufacturers. This is where negotiation comes into play. At the end of the day, they want your business. That is the whole point of business. They want to make money. Typically, there will always be some room for negotiation on the initial prices that they give you. Some might add a little more fluff than others, which means that those people are gonna have more room, all right? So that's why I said the initial price that they give you is not always the final price. Now you have a pair of denim from 3 different suppliers. It is all about leverage. The person that is willing to walk away from any deal is the person with the most leverage. If number 1 ain't budging, you're not fucking with the communication, you got 2 other options. Sorry, buddy. Leverage is extremely important when dealing with manufacturers. Let's say that your biggest concern was turnaround time. The supplier you really want to use, his turnaround time happens to be longer than the 2 others. You let them know, hey, I'll be honest with you. And you can send them the picture of the 3 denim jeans. Unless his is way harder, send them the picture of the 3 denim jeans. Be like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I got these made with 2 other suppliers. And I do kind of like theirs better. The only way I will possibly do business with you is if you can cut turnaround time from 5 weeks to 2 weeks. Boom, supplier number 2. The only way I'll do business with you is if you can cut that price from 23 to 20. The only way that I can do business with you is throughout the process, communication wasn't the best. So if you can improve communication, boom, boom. You see what I'm saying? It's all about leverage. So you want to utilize that. A couple other things. A lot of times people will tell you what you want to hear to get your business. So even when you think you found the right one, you still have to keep your options open. And every time you go to make a product, I highly recommend redoing the same process, getting the pieces made with multiple people. And I'll give you another reason why. For example, there was one drop a while back where we were getting a piece made and we had locked in with the supplier. He made it the best pricing, best turnaround time. It was cool. We had went with him. Anyways, the time came to get the product made. I don't know what happened. I think their factory had shut down for I don't know what reason. But we had to go through with the drop. So luckily we had got it made with 2 other suppliers. We chose the next best option. Show must go on. Luckily that supplier, it was just something temporary. I don't remember what happened. They got back up and running, and then we continued business with them. But I say that to say, even once you choose a supplier, you get the bulk made with them, you decide they're gonna be the supplier that you get bulk made with, that is not the end. You should always vet, you should always look for more suppliers making the same products, because again, at the end of the day, it's all about leverage. Also, you wanna make sure that they're constantly giving you their best efforts. There are some people who maybe on the first transaction, they'll do their best job just to reel you in, because they know that. They know that, okay, we do good work for them. Like, they're going to be hooked on us. They're not even going to go through the process of trying to find somebody else. We got them. Don't let them think that. Or actually, let them think that. But let that not be the case for real. Because after that, they might start to, you know what I'm saying, maybe pay less attention to detail. They might start upping the prices on you. The quality might not be there the same way that it was with the first bulk that you got made with them. And that's not okay. If they have you in the palm of their hand, and they are your only option, they have the leverage. They're gonna do what they want. Let's say that get the bulks made, cool. If we run into a minuscule issue with a supplier, we don't immediately cut them off, because mistakes do happen, especially if they're extremely minor, that's okay, but we try and strive for perfection. If these mistakes persist after communicating and letting them know, that means to walk away, because that means they don't give a fuck. That means communication is not important to them. That is eventually going to take a huge toll on your business. Especially starting off, you want to give the best first impression that you can to your customers and provide the best experience possible. I know that earlier or later on we'll talk about drop processes and pre-orders and, you know, different methods of how you can go about it. If you do a pre-order and they gotta wait all this time to get a product, that product better be top of the line. Imagine you order something, you wait a month, you get something in hands, and that shit sucks. You're more than likely never going to invest in that brand again, ever. All of these things are extremely important. Okay. I don't even know if I should really put you on game like this for real. Shit might be illegal, but avoiding taxes. In all seriousness though, I know that when we first started, niggas had to make a dollar stretch. I get it, you know what I'm saying? So if you can cut costs by any means to make it happen, this is something you can do. You can talk to your supplier, have them use a local address to them, Chinese address to them. When they do that, you don't have to pay international taxes on the order. But, I am saying do this only if you need to get started. If you want longevity in this game and you continue to do some shit like that and cut corners, it will catch up to you. Just want to make that extremely clear. Do not advise it. I want to see you on the Mount Rushmore. I don't want to see you in prison, nigga. Custom packaging. Whoever you are getting the pieces made with should be able to make custom packaging. If you send them the art files, you let them know what you want. This is a frosted bag, I think 14 by 19, sent the logo. And we've been using these custom bags. Now, again, know it's all about saving costs. Your supplier, manufacturer who produces your products, they probably don't specialize in packaging. So what they are going to do is they are going to outsource packaging to a supplier that specializes in packaging. Now they're gonna tell you, okay, to make 1,000 bags, it's gonna be $250. They're adding their premium on top. If you want to try and save costs anywhere you can, we've gone about it a couple different ways. Again, we have a couple manufacturers that we have great relationships with. They keep it real. At this point, they actually don't even add their premium on this. It's like, yo, nigga, I know what the numbers are. So like, let's just keep it a band. You're already making your money on the product. Don't add shit on top to the packaging. I remember there was a denim supplier that we were working with. Pricing that they were giving us for like custom bags, insane. Like, come on. So what I would do is I actually went on Alibaba the same way I went and found jeans. I typed in custom bags. I found a custom bag supplier. The price that they gave for the same quantity of bags was like a fifth of the price that the denim supplier was charging us to make them. With it being that drastic, I was like, all right, I'll put in the extra legwork, get this made here, and then they will actually send the packaging to your clothing supplier so that then the clothing supplier will use the packaging to package your products, then ship them to you. Stay with me. I know it's a lot of different. That's just another way to cut costs. I think that's it. I ain't gonna lie. Again, we are going to select a winner at the end of this course. We have a couple weeks left, a couple more modules to go through. At the end of this course, we will select a winner that we will be funding their first drop. Winner is not going to be chosen by luck, but by participation. All right, every single video that we post, we have homework. And your homework is the way for us to know that you are participating. The links are still open for every single week until the course ends. In the description of this video, there will be 2 links. One link will be for the Discord. You join the Discord, we have a masterclass channel. The second link is going to be a Google Doc, and in that Google Doc, we'll have 3 questions. These 3 questions are your homework. These 3 questions will let us know that you are participating. These 3 questions will enter you into the opportunity to get your drop funded by us at the end of this course. Obviously, all this information is cool, but if you don't do anything with it, it doesn't matter. So, question number 1, not really a question, send 1 screenshot of a conversation that you were having with the manufacturer. Again, use my guide of how I navigate a conversation with them. Question number 1, submit that screenshot. Question number 2, what aspect of working with a supplier is most important to you? Product quality, price, turnaround time, communication. Part 3 of the assignment, submit the mock-up of the piece that you are going to get sampled with your manufacturer. Now, if you found this information useful, be sure to like the video. If you have any questions, drop a comment and subscribe to stay up to date with the videos that we will be posting throughout the next couple of weeks. And see you in the next video.